everyone. I am here with your Christmas story, our Christmas story, I should say, for the night, because we always read them together. But first we're going to do our event calendar for the Christmas book for December 6th. December 6th, second Sunday of December. Light the second candle. The Lord bless you and keep you. Numbers 6:24. And that is today's event calendar saying or tip. Bible verse. Okay. So let's see. "19 days till Christmas." Alright, today's story is by Jamie Willis from Corpus Cove, Texas. And it is called Lean on Me. It's on page 29. Sherman's going to follow along in his book. Making canes from a surprising source helps this veteran stand tall. Alright, let's see what he makes them out of. "But I've never even whittled," I typed back in a Facebook message to Oscar Morris, a Navy man in Florida, who made cool hand-carved wooden canes, which he offered free to fellow vets. An old Army injury was getting the better of me, and walking around with the standard issue aluminum cane did nothing for my self-esteem. Oscar's waiting list for canes in the winter of 2016 was so long, he'd encouraged me to carve my own. Easy for Oscar to say, he restored furniture for a living. The Army and Navy have a strong rivalry, but as veterans, we're all family. Oscar volunteered to walk me through the process. "Believe in yourself," he said. "You can do it." I wasn't so sure. Pain from my injury had forced me to retire from the Army in 1998. Some days I wrapped my hand around the ugly metal cane from the Veterans Affairs Hospital and felt as if I'd retired from life, period. I had one of those canes. I didn't like them either. Where to start with this? Oscar recommended using a Christmas tree if I could find one. Sherman and I were guessing they were baseball bats, because when I turned the page to today's story, the canes looked big at the top and smaller at the bottom, like that's made out of a baseball bat, but uses Christmas trees. We were wrong. Oscar recommended using a Christmas tree if I could find one. As luck would have it, a neighbor had just thrown out his Christmas tree early. I cut the limbs off the trunk, then messaged Oscar, "What's next?" When explanations weren't enough, he sent photos. Step by step, Oscar showed me how to carve the wood, making military signa out of vinyl and attached to the handle. The result looked pretty cool, artistic even, and certainly unique. To my surprise, the cane drew compliments. I found myself walking tall, especially when I passed the discarded Christmas trees showing up everywhere, which they usually do after Christmas, don't they? People's always like, and most people would be glad to get them gone off their property as well. "I use my cane with pride now," I messaged Oscar. "So make another one for a vet like you. I live a few minutes from Fort Hood, one of the largest military bases in the world. Wouldn't be hard to find a veteran who needs one, I tell you. And the veterans need all the help they can get, because our society here does not take very good care of them, and I'll tell you that right now. My dad works with veterans every day. Every single day. Every day. Even has a drug program he set up for them. He loves the vets. And we know how mistreated they can be. Anyway, sorry. That just gets to me every time, the way they're treated. Criminals in our jails get treated better than our veterans who fought for our country do. And that's the truth. You know how many homeless veterans are on the streets in the United States? Out buying tires, I struck up a conversation with a veteran. He needed a cane. I dragged another tree home and got to thinking all about the veterans in my area whose lives might be enriched by something so simple. I couldn't count on running into all of them just by coincidence, and I wanted to pass on Oscar's kindness. That's how I came to start Canes for Veterans, Central Texas. Last Christmas, our group received more than 1,500 trees, along with sandpaper, epoxy, and other supplies. That will make a lot of canes for our family of patriots who do what any other families would do: support one another. Everybody loves those canes like that people make. They're so cool. Some of them are like twisted and stuff. I like to have one myself. You know, not the ones that's made for the veterans, of course, but they're usually pretty expensive, and they do this for free for the veterans because they're vets themselves and they know how they're treated. That poor veteran needed a cane, and they probably wouldn't even give him one at the VA or whatever. How sad. Sherm's grandpa died at the VA hospital. They didn't even turn the lights on in the room when he was in there. They just left him in there in the room in the dark. It really makes me mad. His grandpa was a veteran. What about your grandpa, Crabtree? Was he a veteran too? He's a veteran. Both my grandpas were veterans. So many people in our families. Alright guys, well that was our Christmas story for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it like we did. It was called, again, Lean on Me. And I'm sure you could look up this guy if you want to donate money or something to him to help with the canes. I'd just look up, what's it called again? Canes for Veterans in Central Texas. And the guy is Jamie Willis. He makes the canes from his garage workshop. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, we'll be back again tomorrow with a new Christmas story. Good night, guys.